101.5 Free FM, Arizona's FM talk station. Big O and Duke Show. We're back, everybody. Tuesday, May 22nd, 2007. I'm the Big O.
Oh, hello there. I'm Chad Dukes. Joining us on the program tonight. Yes, confirmed on the show, Oscar.
No. Oh. Not shocking.
Guest-free radio, Free FM.
As usual, this is the time when we ask you, the listener, to partake in the program as much as possible. That means less of us, more of you. Phone number 602-260-1015. 602-260-1015. Fully interactive radio program.
Big news, Oscar. This Saturday, UFC 71. Quentin Rampage Jackson against Chuck Liddell. And joining us on the show tonight.
Yes. Chuck Liddell's probably eating some Haagen-Dazs right now.
Jesus. Oscar, I know this is also big news. Gary really outdid himself today, but of course the NBA draft lottery was today. Greg Oden might be the #1 overall draft pick, and because of that, joining us on the show tonight.
Wow.
Oh. But he made up for that, Oscar. As you know, Matthew Fox is the leading actor in Lost, and that series finale is coming up, so joining us on the radio show tonight.
I like Matthew Fox. He was great in Party of Five.
Good-looking guy, Oscar.
Yes.
But we couldn't do him because, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at World's End coming out. Johnny Depp, the hottest name in acting, joining us tonight.
Oh. No one?
We couldn't even get, like, Lawrence Depp, like his cousin or something?
Nobody?
I guess not.
All right. Well,
what are you going to do?
Again, we implore you to join the radio program. Enjoy the ride. And you can partake if you're a little phobic on the phones, Chad.
Yeah, if you'd like to send us an IM, we've got plenty of time to answer them this evening, what with the not being bogged down with any guests. Big O and Dukes on your AOL Instant Messenger. Feel free to shoot us an IM.
Ooh.
Shoot it right on over.
Exciting.
I tell you what we will do tonight, though.
Yeah?
People are excited about. We'll play the Four Pillars. I'll do that tonight.
Four Pillars, something that I think is always fun for everyone.
I think so, too. Very, very fun game. Chance for you to win some prizes. And as much as the production side of the show is slacking, the promotion slide is. And we got great prizes. We got copies of American Dad Season 2 on DVD, the Wendy's gift cards, the Elton John's thing, set, DVD, CD thing. Got some good prizes tonight, so at least we can do that.
Now, Chad, before we jump into the program, saw a big news story on the My Fox network.
Your Fox?
Yes. They call it My Fox.
My Fox.
Yeah, with cable and all. I don't even know what channel it is, but it was just on.
Of course.
That Prom is becoming one of the highest grossing times for parents to actually spend their money on their kids.
Well, the parents that do that are retarded. When I see a boatload of overprivileged text messaging, iPod-wearing yuppie larva driving by in one of those, like, expedition limos,
yes.
I just want to throw myself off a bridge.
So you would have killed me when I was younger. And
is that what you did?
Well, I look back at it now. It was the dumbest thing in the world. But at that point, you're just like, I have to get a limo. I have to get a whole group of friends. We have to pre-drink at someone's house. And the story that was going down.
Did you pay for the limo or did the parents?
No. Do you think I paid for it?
Well, then you're one of the yuppie larvae that I can't see.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I guess for me, and the question I want to put to the Valley real quick is, one, if you're a parent out there, or even if you're a little fella coming up, how do parents afford the $300 dress these days? Because this girl that they had on the My Fox piece, this girl was spending $400 on her dress.
Was she like one of those My Super Sweet 16 girls?
No, you would think that was the case, but it didn't look that way. It was legitimately, it was like a dress contest for the girls, and then for the guys, obviously, they just
rent a tux.
They just rent a tux.
It's $75.
Yeah.
In and out. You got to buy that dumb corsage. When I went to prom,
yeah,
I definitely bought a corsage that was twice the size of all the other girls' corsages.
Cartoon size?
It was a cartoon size corsage.
Why?
She got made fun of. I got made fun of. It was terrible.
When you went to go buy the corsage, what, did you think more flowers means
I didn't know,
maybe you got
dude.
a chance?
I didn't go to prom. I was a fat kid. I had lost a bunch of weight, so I was thrown into a position where I could actually go to prom.
Yeah.
And I'll go in, and the guy's like, look at this corsage here. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. And I said, wrap it up for old Bradley. I take it in, and I have to hold it in two hands.
Yeah.
And I get there. Of course, you go on a party, right?
Yes.
Like you have multiple people.
Yeah, like 5 couples.
First two people put corsage on chick. Then old Brad walks over with his, and I notice immediately Oh my God, this thing is the size of an oil tanker. It's way bigger than all these other corsages. It was so big, like it wouldn't stay on top of her hand like it's supposed to. It fell down to the side.
It careened over?
It careened over because it was so gigantic. So embarrassing.
When I bought the corsage, I actually had my older sister, help me pick out the right one.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, because I didn't know, and I didn't know what to do, and she's like, "Did you call the girl and see what color her dress was?" Didn't do that. I had to do that.
Of course, you didn't do that. We're stupid. We don't know about that.
But that's the only reason I got away with it. I'm sure there's guys out there all the time that don't know what they're doing with it.
Did you go to junior prom?
No, we didn't have junior prom in my high school. It was only prom.
We had a junior prom, and that was the one. Remember, I told you the story where my stepmom took me to like up against the wall, like a cross colors dealer.
Yeah,
and bought me purple suit. For purple suit.
Yeah.
And then the chick sees my picture in the yearbook because I was
wait, set this up again. Go back because we've got a lot of new listeners and the
sorry.
story is gold.
I never tell this story right because it's still, I'm not kidding you, when I sometimes stay up at night thinking about this.
Okay, so
I'm 28 years old. I can't get this out of my brain.
How old were you then? And it was your senior year in high school?
No. This was 8th grade prom.
Okay, junior prom.
Junior prom.
Okay, there you go.
And one of my boys' little sister's friend, who was in 7th grade, was smoking hot.
Yeah.
Like, really hot, blonde chick, real cute. And she agreed to go to prom with me because she said sister's older brother's friend needs a date. And she agreed.
And you're mysteriously older.
I'm an older man, I'll
Yes.
ask her. She didn't know anything about me.
Old 8th grade.
So I don't know. You don't wear a tux to junior prom, at least you did in my school.
Or a suit.
You wear a suit. And I didn't have a suit. So my stepmom doesn't take me to Today's Man or JCPenney's or whatever, Rack Room. She takes me to, I don't know what they call them out here, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. They're the brother stores.
It's a hip-hop store.
It's a hip-hop store where you go in, and they have the big pendants of Africa. And they were selling cross colors at the time because that was big. And so we go in there, and I'd pick out purple suit, which is... I just look horrible in it, but I didn't know what to do, and so I bought a purple.
Because there, the purple suit is par for the course.
Oh yeah, the guy was like, man, this is what's in. This is hot, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna look great.
What was your look back then? What'd you weigh in at? How was your hair?
That 8th grade, I was probably as much as I weigh now, a little bit more, and I was doing the old growing the hair out for the old ponytail thing, and the undercut. The undercut. With the top ponytail, with the sides of the head shaved.
Oh.
Real bad look. Not a good look for this guy.
Yes.
So here's what happens. I'm sweating just thinking about this.
Okay.
My stepmom buys this suit. It was like $80. I think my dad paid for it. It was $80 for a suit.
Okay.
Get home. It's the night before. I remember because I was actually trying the suit on when this happened. Phone, bring, get the phone ring.
Yeah.
Chad, it's for you. It's a girl. Walk over. Hey. She's like, I don't remember her name. But she tells me, she makes up some excuse. Like, I'm sick. I got homework. Some crap. I'm not going with you. So I'm already just distraught because what I find out what happens is that she looked me up in the yearbook.
Yeah.
And decided that I was a pig and wouldn't go with me anymore. And she's a 7th grader. And back in my school, 7th graders and 8th graders, 7th graders were trash.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't even supposed to talk to them.
Yeah.
She was smoking hot, so I didn't care. Come to find out, she looked in the yearbook, found out that I was a pig, and didn't want to go with me anymore. Oh. And to top it off, my a-hole dad and my a-hole stepmom then just proceeded to give me a boatload of S for the fact that they went out and bought me purple suit. And I wasn't going to use it. Like, they wanted me to go by myself.
Go by yourself?
Yeah, to prom by myself and use $80 purple suit. Oh. And then they'd still give me crap about it. I sort of got the last time I visited them, they brought it up. I'm like,
remember that time?
What kind of animal do you have to be? It was probably one of the worst experiences of my life without that. And then they piled on afterwards because they had to pay $80 for purple cross-color suit that DJ Jazzy Jeff should have been wearing. Not fat, prepubescent Chad Dukes. Like, my voice hadn't changed yet. I was like, it was 8th grade. I'm the only guy whose voice hasn't changed. Hey, that's what I sound like. Hey guys, I had all the acne, all the other terrible things that were happening.
Yeah,
voice didn't change. Till I was like in 10th grade.
Wow,
it's awful. So when you bring up prom,
I'm sorry.
It's not the best.
Well, I didn't always have the best experience.
Whatever. You just said you had like a Hummer limo when you were like 12.
Well, it was great.
Oscar's like, hey, what time a sophomore in high school asked me when I was 11 to go to prom? Douche. Of course yours was perfect, wasn't it?
No, I had an awkward prom. Sophomore year, I went to senior prom. Not because I was so money. It was just...
My sophomore year, I had a senior girl come over and ask me to prom. So I put on my Giorgio Armani tuxedo that my mom bought for me, went out to the limousine, which was waiting there for us, and had a lovely time. 2 bungalows down. More drinks over here. I'm about to go down the water slide.
Go ahead. All right.
It was nothing like that.
It sounds like exactly what it was like.
Because at that point, it was just exciting as a guy, a sophomore, to go to senior prom.
Of course, Oscar.
You know.
What a thrill.
Just saying.
Sounds great.
So,
she asked you, I assume.
no, her friend asked me for her.
Because she was too nervous, even though she was a senior and you were a sophomore.
I was pretty money.
Oh, I can't talk to the big O. Can't do that. Go ahead.
So, I still remember. I remember when we initially met. It was awkward for me because while I'd done the hover a bunch of times, and we talked about that in the past.
The hover is
Yes.
so bad.
I hadn't really come around.
Was this during hover time?
This is hover time.
Hover time. Uh-oh.
Yeah. And if you don't know the hover, I don't know if I can get into it right now.
Well, what, about an inch? It's about an inch above the area? Go ahead.
So
You got to set up the story so they know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I was kind of a late bloomer in high school, and for a while, I just stuck to the northern hemisphere. I was in North America. So when I used to go to South America, all I would do is take hand and hover over South America, if you can follow my drift.
Yeah, you were Marty McFly.
I would just hover.
You were on the hoverboard.
And I lost many going with situation because I would hover and I didn't know what to do in South America.
So
I would hover with my hand, palm straight, rigid as could be.
Instead of like when DJs scratch and they move their hand around.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, Oscar would just be hovering over the record.
For a while.
There would be no scratching going on if it was DJ Big O. No scratching going on at all.
So it was during my hover phase.
The hover period.
Yeah, the hover period. I'm sweating now talking about this. Sorry.
Well, that's embarrassing for both of us. For the first segment. It's always good.
So I end up going to prom, and after prom, the seniors like the after prom party. They have one that's set up at usually some club or whatever. And you go. They have all these
a club. You're a sophomore in high school and you go to a club.
The senior prom has an after party club with no alcohols. They rent out the club, and you go and you sumo wrestle. They have sumo wrestling.
Trav, did this happen at your prom? No. I've never heard of that.
Well, it was private school.
The club. The pompous ass horses private ass club. After the prom.
There's an after party.
Of course there is. When you're 14. Go ahead. You're going to the after party. Right, Fat Joe. You're 14. Go ahead.
So I go to the after party, and...
Because after the prom, it's the after party. Stupid.
So I go to the after party, and usually you go there, you make an appearance for like an hour, I guess is the move, and then you roll out. You don't stay all night. Things goes to 6 a.m. So nobody's drinking and driving, doing all kinds of stuff. But there was a hotel party coming on afterwards.
Can you believe this a-hole? Can you believe this guy? Go ahead. All right.
What's wrong?
Sophomore in high school, right. There's a club rented out, and there's a hotel party after that.
At the Holiday Inn.
It's lame. It's lame to go to the club party. You have to go to chilling at the Holiday Inn, Chingy and Snoop Dogg. Go ahead. Okay.
So we go to the Holiday Inn.
Right, Chingy.
And obviously the girl was more experienced than I was.
Of course.
And she was cute. She was nice. She wasn't like amazingly hot. That's why she asked me.
A little extra meat on the bones?
I would say she wasn't plus size. She was medium size.
Okay.
But still a senior.
Still senior, asking sophomore.
Exactly.
Even if she was a cow.
Yes.
It's the way to go.
So I'm like,
it's a good look.
It's a good look. Now it's time to make the move, right? So
Okay.
everything's going great. I'm hanging out in North America. North America is great. The mountains, the Appalachian Mountains are amazing.
You're up in the hills.
Yes.
Go up in them hills.
Exactly.
Oscar.
So then I go for the move.
For the hover.
The hover move.
Old mixed master Oscar's getting ready to go down there and do some scratching.
So dresses off, go down for the hover, and I hover for a good 15 to 20 minutes. When she says, "Excuse me, I'll be right back," and never comes back.
No way.
Leaves the hotel room.
You never told me that.
Well, it's embarrassing.
So you went hovering, and she said, "What? I got to go get some ice."
I'll be right back. And I thought she was going to the restroom, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to happen tonight," you know. And she never came back.
So you hovered for 15 to 20 minutes.
And thank God prom is at the end of the year because that senior class definitely knew me as the hoverer.
What?
What?
The hover thing still throws me for the loop. So no girl ever said, like, grabbed your hand and pushed it down?
Yes.
And what did you do? Go back to hovering?
I went right back to hovering.
But you never added it up in your head that...
I told you, I didn't find out what you had to do in South America until my brother came back from college on a summer break, and he brought back some adult movies that I found.
Well, I mean, that's the way I learned what to do.
Just telling you.
Porn.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched porn, and it blew my mind.
I'm sweating right now.
That's the worst prom. You know what? That might be worse than Purple
That's what I'm
Suit.
saying.
Trav, which is the worst prom story?
Oscars.
I mean, because mine never, like, came to fruition. You were...
I thought it was Money in the Holiday Inn, and I hovered for 20 minutes, and she left the room.
But at least your girl wanted to go with you. Mine abandoned me the night before. Although the hovering is really awkward.
Let's go to Scott on the road, Free FM, Big O and Dukes.
Hello.
What's up, man? 602-260-1015. You'd like to chime in. What's up, Scott?
Dude, okay, I'm just a little confused still.
I am too, my friend.
Was there like a force field? I mean, wouldn't you just dive right in to South America and then kind of find out what's going on?
I didn't know, man. Honestly, I'm telling you, I wish I would have. I must have hovered with, and I said in the previous story when we talked about this, 3 different girls, and 3 different girls never talked to me again.
But if you hover, you realize that you have to stimulate the... no need to say goodbye.
Yes.
you must have realized there needed to be some sort of contact. Like, what did you think the hovering was doing?
Because all I had seen was on HBO or Skinemax, and
Busty Cops.
Yeah, and then or the swimming pool, and then
swimming pool's money.
And all they show in those movies when I was younger, and I grew up in a strict Catholic household, so no one sat me down and said, "This is what you got to do." Not even my brother.
Mama Santana didn't sit you down and say hovering's not money.
No, and all I would see then is just hand down in South America. And that's all they would show.
And then you just probably pan back up to the chick's head.
Exactly.
And she's going wild.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, that guy's hovering great. That guy's hovering technique is much better than mine.
So I didn't know, and unfortunately, I think right after that prom and summer came, that's when I finally realized what you had to do is when my brother came back from college and I saw the adult film.
But you understood how sex worked, right?
Yes.
Well, you knew there had to be contact for that.
Yes.
Well, then why? You couldn't piece together that if you had to touch her with...
I'm telling you, it's embarrassing enough. I realize that.
It'd be like if you saw a guy just walk into a door and he didn't realize that you had to grab the door and open it. I mean, that's what I would think of if someone told me this story. Every time you tell me about it, I just can't figure out how nobody of your friends... You didn't ask your friends? Me and my friends were always talking about sex that age.
When I was younger, and maybe it was because I went to Catholic school and everybody was kind of uptight. You know what I mean?
I guess, but you had that after club party and then the hotel party after that.
Apparently everyone else was having a great time at the Holiday Inn, but when she left our suite, what she paid for, which was fine... she left our suite. I found out later on that she went to the other party suite, and she just never came back to me.
Oh, my God. What did you do?
I was hammered. I just passed out.
You just went to bed?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that your dumbass passed out, she came back in the room, saw you passed out, then went to the party?
No. She said, "I'll be right back," and I thought, oh...
How long were you before you passed out?
It was probably about half an hour to 45 minutes. I just kept drinking. And at that point, I think we were drinking Zimas.
Oh, that's really awkward.
Not Zima Gold, just regular Zima.
Did you just have the Zima in the room? I think I remember something like that. Very embarrassing, the Zima.
Let's go to Dylan. Dylan Mesa, Free FM, Big O and Dukes.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Dylan.
How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Hey, got a little prom story for you.
All right.
Had a girlfriend. It was our senior prom, obviously. Got a hotel room. Obviously hoping everything was going to happen. It was going to be a good night.
Right, Hans.
Take her to the hotel room, hang out for about... Her girlfriends came with us, a couple of their dates.
Yeah.
Hang out with us for about 15, 20 minutes,
Yeah,
just talking.
You were their white knight. I got you. Go ahead.
He took off with her girlfriends and went home.
Oh, no.
Left me in the hotel by myself.
How do they don't think that you're going to, come after them later and want an explanation,
Here's the messed up thing, though. Stayed with her for another 3 years.
Oh, you're an idiot.
She dumped me in the hospital.
Oh, my gosh. Dylan, you got to change your approach, I
That's
think.
how happy Dylan is about it,
disaster.
too. You're not going to get that.
Buck, Scottsdale, Free FM, Big O and Dukes.
Put a bullet in my head.
What's up, Buck?
Yeah, you guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh,
Buck.
Guys,
Just had to tell you, I've been lost in South America, in the jungles. I didn't know where to go, couldn't figure out what was going on. I was in the jungles of South America, and I had no idea what to do.
Yeah, sometimes when you're younger, you
he's
don't know.
He's trying to make an analogy.
Yeah, yes.
That wasn't a very good one.
When did you know what to do in South America?
I'm trying to think.
You were a bit of a late bloomer as well.
I knew to do that though because the girl that I was with,
yes,
grabbed my hand and put it down there and started moving it.
Oh,
easy,
yeah,
easy, everybody. Everybody's just saying
settle down.
Well, I'm just saying that's what she did. That
she threw you in a pink Jeep tour and said, "This is what you got to do."
Yeah, not like a play-by-play, but I once I figured out what exactly was going on. I'll say this. You know how Gollum lived in that cave? He was a little fella in a cave.
Yes.
I thought Gollum,
in Lord of the Rings,
a girl's Gollum, would be a lot bigger.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I always thought it was like the size of, like one of those bouncy balls you got out of a machine.
Oh, like a quarter machine.
But that's not the case.
No, it's a Gollum is hard to find in the cave.
Yeah, Gollum doesn't follow you around like he does in Lord of the Rings. You have to search for him for a while. I had no idea.
Let's go to Ray, 602-260-1015. Ray Phoenix, you're on there. What's up, buddy?
Oscar,
Yes.
I'm ashamed of you.
Oh, dude, I didn't know what to do, man. I'm being honest.
You're from South America. You should know you have to thread through the rainforest to get to the cave.
Yeah,
but again, I told you, all I learned about sex, honestly, is when I was younger, my parents said, wear a condom. They didn't say anything else about it. And then when I would watch HBO late night, creep downstairs, I knew something was coming on. It was Emmanuel in space or some drama like that. And then that's all I would see. But they don't show anything in those movies.
You know what I did that was kind of similar to this? When I first was practicing how to use condoms, did you do the thing when you like before you even having sex, like you'd put a condom on?
So even before you even thought about it, because they would teach you in health class.
They didn't teach us. They just told us like your mom that you had to use them. Okay. So what I would do is, you know how if you have a condom one way it unrolls, if you have it the other way it doesn't?
Yes.
I didn't know that it unrolled.
Okay.
So for like...
Be very careful.
I am. For like 2 or 3 years, I thought that I had like elephantitis. Like, I thought that I just was packing. Because what I did was I had the condom backwards, and I was trying to put it on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, trying,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get the thing to do anything. So I'm like, I just must be
The
John
man.
Holmes.
You thought you were the man.
Yeah, and then I'd go to the shower and we'd be showering in the gym, and I'd see other guys way better off than I am. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong with these condoms?
Yeah.
It took me like a year to figure out.
I had such a phobia when I was when I finally started understanding what South America was about and actually having sex.
Yes.
That I remember when in health class they said the oils in your hand, if you touch a condom, will actually put pores into the latex.
That's such a bunch of crap.
Dude, I used to be so freaked out about that I would like literally I would almost use tweezers when it was going to go down.
Was this during the phase where you were pretending you had OCD?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that story,
Yes.
Drav?
Yes.
Where Oscar was pretending he had OCD, and his brother like punched him in the face and said, "Stop it, you're being an idiot."
Yes.
And Oscar was like, "It's a disease, man." What did you say again?
I said I don't know what I said, but I know he threw me against the wall, punched me, and said, "Relax." And I said, "All right, thank you."
Oscar was pretending he had OCD.
I thought I had OCD. Let's go to James Glendale, Free FM, Big O and Dukes. I'm such a mess.
Gentlemen.
What's up, man?
Nothing. Chow Chow, are you retarded or something?
I think he is.
I'm just saying, man. It's easier said than done. I will say that.
I mean, the Catholic school thing is no excuse, man. I went to Catholic school for a lot of years, and those people were definitely interested in the same subject. So
I realize that, my friend, but I'm just telling you that I just didn't know, and I didn't have I didn't have friends that were like, "Oh yeah, this is what you got to do," and I didn't have my older brother telling me, and I had to find out when he came back from college. He had a new video collection. That's how I learned.
wow, man, that's awful. I mean, are you sure you weren't like dropped on your head or something?
No, and that's not even funny, James.
What,
Thank you.
What happened when you watched the video and you realized, oh my God, I've been hovering these years? What must these... Did you have like a moment of clarity?
Yes.
Were you just
I said, well, that explains a lot.
Did you call and apologize to any of these girls?
No, I just said, well, I hope they didn't make fun of me too much behind my back.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine how you did just lose your. I would stay in my room for like a week after that.
Let's go to Dwayne. Surprise, Free FM, Big O and Dukes.
Dwayne.
Hey, you guys are great, man.
I agree.
What's going on?
I just wanted to say, what was the first time, or what did you think the first time you ever saw South America? I was about 16, and that really freaked me out big time.
I was about the same age, but that was I had seen South America, but from afar. because I was hovering and I was covering up South America.
When I first saw South America, I freaked the F out
Yeah.
because I thought that South America looked like a butt. Like in my brain, South America.
Yes.
When I was
When you visited.
when I was migrating south for the
Yes.
winter, and I saw it, I was like, oh my God! I was like, I am completely unprepared for this disaster. That's when I had to go, do other things.
Let's go to Marco. Marco, Peoria, Free FM, Big O and Dukes.
Hey, man. How you doing?
We're good. R.
Hey, don't let anyone bother you about that. You know what? It happens to the best of us.
No, it
Just remember
doesn't.
that.
Nobody else ever has hovered.
Well, I empathize, Marco. I thank you. Apparently, I'm just with John Holmes and Remington Steele over here.
I'm just telling you, there's no hovering anywhere. Somebody asked this. This is from Ceasefire off the IM.
Okay.
Please ask Oscar if there's any talking while the hovering is going on, or is it dead silent? Like you're not going, yeah. Are you doing that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I can recall, there was while
Do you know how awful his sexual past is?
my hand was in South. You can't say that.
You can say hand is in South. You can say hand is by South America.
Well, my hand was visiting South America.
Yes.
I was in North America. Part of was in North America.
So were you like whispering in her ear? You like that? Do you like the way
No,
I hover?
I wouldn't talk.
So you're just sitting there
I'm
silent
visiting the Appalachian Mountains.
with your other hand?
No, with hand and
That's so gross, dude.
I'm just saying.
That is so gross.
I'm sure it got very boring for the young lady.
I can't imagine she didn't crack open a book or fire up the old Game Boy or something. Jesus. I've never heard about that.
Curtis, Scottsdale, Free FM, Big O and Dukes. Curtis, you're on there. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're good.
Hey, I got a pretty crazy prom story to tell you guys about.
Is it real or is it fake?
It's real.
Okay, go ahead.
I was about 16. I didn't have no whatever little expensive prom, but lived in the ghetto, and me and my friends rented got a hotel.
Yes.
And whatnot. Had a bunch of friends stay by, and a friend of mine was a virgin and whatnot. So,
Please stop saying whatnot.
All right, my
Pet
friend
peeve
was a
of ours.
virgin,
Yes.
and we were gonna hook him up with the girl, and my friend thought it was transsexuals.
Okay,
Aw.
goodbye.
I had BS all
You should
over
have
at the beginning
known
of
the
the story.
second we heard that guy. By the way, when you say back when I was 16 and that was 4 months ago, that doesn't count as a back then.
Tyler, Mesa, Free FM, Big O and Dukes. Then we'll go to Joe. What's up, Tyler?
going on, man?
What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Hey, South America.
Yes.
My first experience, I couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was so weird. And I was like, man, South America, I just got to do it.
I hate when guys
Guys are so gross. That guy's got a rod now just because he said that. That guy's got a Coleman tent in the front of his pants because he got on the air and said that.
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough of it, fellas. Right, because the rest of us don't like it.
Exactly.
But we just don't like that sort of thing, especially when you're 16.
It's not because I didn't like it. I just didn't know. I didn't know, and it was
man.
It was worse off with the prom date. At the Holiday Inn, and she just rolled out to the party place, and I just lay there and passed out.
That's the same dude that tries to convince you, like, his first time, he went for like 45 minutes, and the chick fell in love with him. No, you didn't, stupid. You didn't know what you were doing like the rest of us.
Let's take one more call, and we'll take a break. Joe, Phoenix, Free FM, Big O and Dukes.
Well, I took a trip to South America, and boy, I had never seen a jungle like that ever.
Yeah, a jungle or the actual equipment itself?
Oh, jungle.
Oh.
And I'm just looking at this. I'm like, sweetie, I can't. She's like, what? And I said, we were at her house, and I said, did a slash and burn, and then what?
I think it's the F word.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
I don't trust that.
But
dude.
slash and burn, sometimes you got to do that.
By the way, have you ever gone visiting? Like you're heading down to Guatemala,
And you hit the Amazon?
and you hit Amazon,
Yes.
and it's very rare in modern culture for like the past probably 20 years to hit Amazon.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. This chick worked at Hollywood Video. I'll never forget. And apparently she was just handing it out.
Okay.
She was like the Salvation Army, man, just passing it out to anyone that wanted it.
Yeah.
And I get her back to the old shack.
And you're
bag.
manager at that point.
Yeah, I was big swinging D of Hollywood Video. So I get her back into my squalor, and she's up in my room, and I get the bloomers, work the bloomers down, and the foliage, the rhododendron that was growing, I could not believe the hydrangea bush that she was smuggling in those Fruit of the Loom. It was like, I'm not kidding you, Oscar.
Yeah.
Probably 3 inches.
Oh, my God.
Tall. It was like the field that the Cardinals play on.
Did you go and grab your machete?
You know what I did?
Yes.
I mustered through it.
Oh, my God.
I mustered. Now, now, here's what I didn't do. I didn't do any yodeling.
Yes.
No yodeling was done.
Yeah.
I just, immediately shot back up north towards the, North America. Yeah. And just, proceeded to plow and hearth away.
Through the woods.
And I just remember, and it was oh my God, what the F is going on down here? I just can't believe that any people don't realize that is taboo.
Let's go to Erica Phoenix, and we'll take a break. Erica, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
We're good.
Hey, I just want to say I think everyone's being a little bit hard on you because I would be willing to bet that most girls also don't know what to do the first time they get to South America, and maybe the first few times. And
but you got to touch it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, there's a heck of a lot more to it than that. So I just think people need to cut you some slack. That's all.
Now, wait a minute. Are you talking about our South America or your South America?
I'm talking about your South America.
Our South America is pretty easy.
Well, I think there's...
Like an elevator, sweetie. Up and down, good to go. That's all it is.
Erica, but I thank you for advertising.
Most young girls probably don't know that, though.
Oh, I will agree with that.
And most young girls probably don't have the benefit of, before the internet anyway, of seeing porn probably as early as guys do. So I think
that's true.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Erica. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Also, though, girls, like if they plan a trip to South America at first, generally...
That's a big deal.
It's a rough trip, though.
Yeah.
It's not very comforting.
No.
It's not a first-class trip. You're back in steerage with the pets.
Do you want to know what the title of the first movie I ever saw?
Porno?
Yes.
What is it?
Well, there was 2. There was one that was the whole untitled. I think it said Baywatch.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Baywatch.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those.
It was something else.
I definitely had a copy of Star Wars that had a little exclamation point after Wars.
Yeah.
That exclamation point was for something really good, Oscar. Very fun. You could hide it right out in the open.
But the initial one, it was like a penthouse workout video.
Yeah, had one of those softcore jobbers.
And I was like, oh, this is something I've seen before. But then the whole Baywatch went in.
Baywatch went. We had the same.
I was like, ooh.
Did you guys circulate like the same porno?
No.
We had this one porno that must have made the rounds for 500 kids in my high school.
Oh, my God.
And here's what happened. It was the grossest thing that has ever happened to me, and I've never washed my hands as hard as I did. I had it for a while, and I gave it...
What's a while?
A couple months. When you use...
Way to mess up the rotation.
You use, like, every inch of a porno. Because when you're a guy, you only need it, like, 30 seconds at a time. So I've used it up completely.
Yes.
And I hand it off to my boy, and I'm like, hey, you can have this now. Well, like, the next year, like, it was freshman year, like, the next year, sophomore year, tape comes back around. Another guy's like, hey, man, I got this tape. You want to check it out? It's the same tape.
It's like a message in a bottle.
And it looks like seagulls have just been S-ing on it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's gross.
Well, it's foul. And I said, bro, this tape, do you realize CSI should, take this tape away?
They do a whole episode on it?
Oh, the evidence, the black light evidence that could have come up from that tape? Oh.
All right, well, let's take a break. Well, prom, again, too expensive, but I guess at that point in your life, your parents can pay for it. Why not?
How do we start with expensive proms, and then we get to hovering, and then yodeling in South America?
It's the brilliance of this show.
It's a dumb show. All right, I guess we'll take a break, and then we'll come back. It's the Big O and Duke Show on 101.5 Free FM, Arizona's FM Talk Station.